recording real quick. So we are so excited. I hope everybody had a super amazing holiday season and a great break with y'all's families. Obviously over Christmas or over the holiday break, which is the first time in I think it's the first time ever, Plexus has launched a brand new product over the holiday season. But obviously there was some strategy surrounding that, and they wanted to get that product out in advance of the new year, but then also in advance of our Slim Down contest, which I'm sure a bunch of you guys have already jumped on board with and are getting entered into again. Last year's Slim Down, actually Amy's husband, Steve, was one of the finalists. And what was the prize he won?
He got a $1,000 shopping spree.
Amazing. So yeah. Real people for sure that we actually know are winning these things. So it's absolutely doable, and you just got to enter to win, right? So Amy and I worked really hard tonight. We knew that with MetaBurn being launched, we wanted to get you guys some really good information, some usable information. We want you guys to understand this product, how amazing it is, and we also want you to understand if it's right for you, because there's certain people that probably shouldn't be taking it, right? So we're going to talk through all of that tonight. We're going to talk through all the ingredients. We're going to talk through kind of what they do. We're going to talk through a little bit of how to get started on it, and then also a marketing plan and what you should be doing with it from a business building perspective. So I'm going to kick it off, and I'm actually going to screen share. Just a second.
We fancy.
Yeah, maybe. There we go. We might be fancy. Okay, so let's get this started on, there we go. Okay, so first of all, I wanted to start out our conversation with a little bit of a talk about what are adaptogens, because you guys have probably seen a lot of people posting about this word, and it's probably something that maybe you haven't heard before and you're not really sure what they do, what they're all about. So adaptogens are actually unique plants and herbs, and they support your adrenal system and combat adrenal fatigue. So this is huge for people with autoimmune diseases, adrenal issues, thyroid disease, that type of thing. So they help to kind of balance your hormones, and so that you can manage your stress and your stress responses on a day-to-day basis better. They also adapt to when your body needs to have a little bit better stress response. So, in stressful situations, they adapt, and they help to regulate that system up or down depending on what your needs are at the moment. So those are kind of what adaptogens are. The reason I wanted to start out with that is in a lot of these slides that you're going to see, we're going to mention that word. So I wanted you guys to kind of understand what that classification means in these plants and these herbs that are in this product. So first of all the ingredients you guys can see there are 11 different ingredients in the MetaBurn, and I wanted to point out one thing in specific. So as you're looking through ingredients in a proprietary blend, they're not going to be listed out per the amounts that are in it, because then people can, not people, but other companies could copy our product and get that exact ratio and make their own MetaBurn, right? We don't want that to happen. That's our competitive advantage. And so when you're looking at something that has, and many products have this, their proprietary ingredients listed out in a proprietary blend, the first couple ones they're required to label it like this are going to be the ones with the highest level in, so the main ingredients. And then as you go through the list all the way down to 5-HTP, that's going to be the item with the least amount in it. So I wanted to kind of start that out by saying that, so you kind of get an understanding of the ratio or general ratio of these ingredients in this product. So I'm going to start out with this one, and we're just going to call it NALT, because
I'm glad you got all the big words tonight during the presentation.
So we're going to call this one NALT, but basically it's an amino acid, and it's one of the most it's very bioavailable, and it's in a very bioavailable form, which means that your body can actually use it and absorb it. It's very readily available to your body to be able to use. And it helps to improve your cognitive function and bond to other items to help get them absorbed better as well. So this is actually a muscle building amino acid. And when it's combined with caffeine, it actually produces a thermogenic response. And I don't know if you noticed in the last slide, but caffeine is one of the ingredients in this product. So it produces a thermogenic response, which for those that don't know what thermogenic response is, it basically means that it heats up your body and helps you to burn fat. So very, very effective for weight loss, obviously. And there was a study done on the NALT with 80 different participants, and half of them were given a placebo, and the other half were given caffeine and the NALT. And the half that were given the actual supplement as opposed to the placebo lost 2 more pounds than the half that didn't over the course of the study, which was 8 weeks long. So you might think, okay, 2 pounds, what on earth, you know, but you've got to think that is a very, very healthy weight loss result for one little ingredient that's in this product. So you got to think that this is also going to be combined with all the rest of our ingredients. So that's just one aspect of this. And also, a big thing to note with the NALT is that it has no effect, none at all, on heart rate or blood pressure. And so that's also something to just kind of think about when you're taking it, and to know when you're talking to your customers and your ambassadors about this particular product. And it also helps your body to metabolize and cycle out caffeine and alcohol better than your body without having any NALT in it. So the next ingredient that I'm going to talk about is green tea, which I'm sure a lot of you guys are very, very familiar with. You know that there's tons and tons of health benefits with green tea, but green tea extract can definitely promote weight loss. It's been known for a long time to do that. It helps to promote blood sugar regulation and exercise recovery as well. So I know a lot of us are going to be using this particular product in conjunction with exercise as well. So that's good to note. And it also helps to keep your skin, your liver, and your liver healthy, and reduce blood fat levels, and regulate blood pressure, and improve brain health. So a lot of goodness going on with that. The next one is caffeine, but I wanted to specifically put the type of caffeine up there because you guys, there's a huge difference between synthetic caffeine that you might find in other products and natural caffeine. And this is a very, very bioavailable form, which we talked about what that word meant earlier. This is a very bioavailable form of caffeine. So it's one of the purest, most pure forms of caffeine. It's about the equivalent to a cup of coffee in this. It's got polyphenols, antioxidants, phytonutrients, which are basically small amounts of vitamins, minerals, and amino acids in it. So it's a very, very healthy and productive form of caffeine in your body, and it's derived from green tea as well. So the next one, you guys, this is that adaptogen that we were talking about. This one is actually rhodiola. It's one of the most amazing ingredients, in my opinion, in the MetaBurn. And it's actually found in, you can see a picture of it there, but it's actually found in the mountainous regions of Asia and Europe. And like I said, it is definitely considered to be an adaptogen, and it's been used for centuries upon centuries to fight anxiety and fatigue and depression. So how it works is it basically helps your body handle your stress responses, and it helps you to build up a resistance to stress and allows you to better cope with those stressful situations. And it also helps to fight fatigue, which is a big adaptogenic quality as well. And it's been shown to help with both mental performance in times of stress, but also physical performance in times of stress. So those are very good things to note, and also helps you to increase your exercise performance, which has very, very clear ramifications for your health and your weight loss as well. And then rhodiola, due to us, and I wanted to mention this, you know, it's not quite the main reason, you know, the main thing and the main purpose of it in the MetaBurn, but it also, because it's helping your body level out its cortisol levels, it's also capable of helping to produce more normal levels of blood sugar in your body as well. So it works really synergistically with the triplex and the slim to kind of help those things. And that aspect, I just want to mention, everything that I'm mentioning has been backed up by scientific studies. However, this one in humans, this one is the one thing that has not been that blood sugar regulation aspect from the rhodiola had been tested in lab rats. So just as a heads up on that aspect, it has yet to be tested in humans specifically for blood sugar regulation, but that's an aspect that they have found with this as well. All right, so grains of paradise. I don't know if you guys realize this, but funny enough, this is actually found in the spice family. It's kind of closely related to cayenne pepper, which I thought was pretty neat. And you guys, this one is just absolutely incredible. It's such a fast, if you guys pick one ingredient to sit down and to research and to look at the studies on, this is the ingredient. It's extremely interesting and has some huge long-term health implications for all of us. So what it does is it increases calorie burning when you consume it. It decreases visceral fat, which I don't know if you guys know what visceral fat is, but visceral fat is the fat that can be found around your organs. And it's the type of fat that leads to long-term health issues, heart disease, that type of thing. So visceral fats in humans is a very long-term health issue. And so it's something that even at age of 20, you're going to have in your body, and you want to work to reduce it. But it's also very, very difficult once you have it to get rid of it. And so what's interesting about the grains of paradise is that it actually helps to reduce that and get rid of it. It actually helps to transition that white fat into brown fat, which is fat that we actually burn for energy. Our bodies metabolize it and burn it and reduce it. And so it's mainly found in your abdomen region and also on your hips and thighs. So I thought that was really interesting too. There was actually a study on 19 women that were not obese and that were actually very young. And they took a very small amount of the grains of paradise. And over the course of the study, they found that there was no change at all in the visceral fat in the non-supplement group, but in the supplement group, they had a significant reduction in the visceral fat in the abdominal level. So I thought that was super neat and a really great health indicator for long term. So as we're talking about this, this also was, they had the same findings in men. They did another study on men as well. And so over the course of time, they noticed in men specifically that that white fat was being converted to brown fat. And that's when they discovered that it was actually because of the grains of paradise being used as fuel. So that's why you're going to see the inches lost before you're going to see the scale start to reduce the numbers when you're on this product as well. So let's go on to the next one. Forscally. So this one, it helps to definitely burn fat. It's another weight loss product, but it actually is thought to increase the hormone sensitive lipase in your body, which is shown in some studies to help burn fat as well. So the more fat you burn, the more you're going to lose weight, the more you're going to lose inches. And it's been shown in other studies too that it also helps to mitigate weight gain. So why is that significant? Having it help to mitigate weight gain. What did we just come through? We just came, oops, sorry, my dogs are barking. What did we just come through? We just came through, the Christmas season. And so a lot of us, myself included, probably didn't eat as healthy as you normally would when you're trying to lose weight, right? And so the consumption of it is actually going to help mitigate any sort of weight gain while you're on it. So not just helping with weight loss, but also helping mitigate weight gain. Now, as you've probably noticed, and we've talked a lot about, you guys, there's a lot of ingredients within the MetaBurn that help with both mood, and they help with stress, and they helped with the weight loss as well. So with 5-HTP, which was that last thing on the list that you guys probably saw, this one is something that has been in one of our other products for a really long time as well. So we're all pretty pretty familiar with it. It is in the Accelerator Plus as well. And it actually helps with anxiety and depression. It's been used for a long time to help with that. It also helps to treat migraines, and helps to treat, sorry, I just lost my place. But it helps to treat migraines as well, and insomnia and fibromyalgia and PMDD as well. So those are just some side effects of it. But what its main purpose within our product is it helps to increase your mood. It helps to release a little bit of serotonin in your brain and have that kind of mood boost. And so the thought process there is, if you're happier and you're more energetic, you're probably going to get out and move more, and you're going to have better results, right? But also within that, it's an appetite suppressant. So it's going to help you with that appetite control as well. So if you're taking it alongside your Hunger Control Slim, you're going to see some really great appetite suppression qualities within that as well. Moving on to the L-theanine. This is also an amino acid. So there's 2 different amino acids in this product, and it's found in tea leaves most commonly. But research indicates that it actually promotes relaxation without drowsiness. So that's kind of unique. And it helps people handle stressors like cortisol as well. So it is also an adaptogen. And many people take it to help ease stress and unwind, but it's also been shown to help lower blood pressure, which I know that's a really common question that we get on this product, because most products that are thermogenic and have that caffeine aspect, it's kind of a concern if you have blood pressure issues and that kind of thing. And no, we always suggest doctor approval. It's just a good thing to note that there are a couple different ingredients in this product that actually help to level out your blood pressure as well. So even though it does have that stimulant in it, it also has something that kind of counterbalances that. And it also really helps with your improved sleep patterns and that type of thing as well. One thing I noticed in the L-theanine too is that it does help to reduce the risk of stroke, which is a great long-term health benefit as well. So this one is also another adaptogen, and Chinese ginseng, and it is commonly used for its antioxidant and anti-inflammatory effects. So it can also help regulate your blood sugar, and it can help strengthen your immune system, enhance your brain function, so make you a little bit sharper, better able to concentrate, helps you fight fatigue, and improve symptoms of erectile dysfunction for those of us that are of the male persuasion. So that's always good to know as well. But it also has those antidepressant factors in it as well. So you guys, this is a common theme throughout this product. It really does help with just your whole mind, body, spirit, energy, weight loss, the whole 9. So the last 2 that we're going to go through, guarana, is actually a plant found in Brazil. It's in the maple family, and found in the Amazon basin, and it's extremely popular due to its ability to fight fatigue. So when you're taking this, it's one of the last ingredients, but it's also, alongside caffeine, one of the reasons that you're seeing that increase in energy levels and concentration, and that increase in mental and physical performance. So based on a couple of these ingredients, I'm really thinking from a pre-workout standpoint that this is going to be a game changer for a lot of us, with stamina, with your performance, with your gains, that sort of thing, which is only, of course, going to help in your weight loss arena and your muscle building arena as well. So the last one, estrogen, this one is something that just really helps to increase your absorption. So it is solely in there so that the rest of this can be absorbed and used by your body in a better capacity. So it helps with the absorption of vitamins, minerals, and amino acids. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Amy. If you can unmute yourself. And
Hey guys.
Hey, thank you so much. Oh, sorry, I've got one more, sorry.
Oh yeah, good.
What does this mean for all of us? This means that, long-term health effects with the visceral fat burn, that's a huge, huge deal. So that reduces the risk of heart disease and a lot of other issues. If you can remove that visceral fat from your body, you're going to see inches lost, of course. So there's the vanity aspect, but it's a huge health aspect as well. Specifically, this multiple ingredients in this target the reduction of stomach, thigh, and hip fat. So that's exactly where I need it. I don't know about y'all, but that is certainly not a bad thing. And then, of course, with all those adaptogens, the cortisol reduction is huge. Now, cortisol reduction, that's a big deal because that excess cortisol ends up getting stored as fat in your system, okay? So when you have a lot of extra stress and a lot of extra cortisol, it causes other things. It's like a domino effect in your body. So it can cause health issues, it can cause weight gain, it can cause inability to sleep, and just a whole plethora of issues. So it's kind of like like I said, like a domino effect. And so that cortisol reduction comes into play as a really big thing to help with both your mood, help with your just being a little bit more stable in how you respond to things, and also helps with the long-term health aspect. And it is a hormone, so it helps with the hormone balance. And of course, we talked about all the mental health benefits. We mentioned a lot of help with anxiety and depression, and Amy's going to talk a little bit more about who should take this and who shouldn't along those lines as well, because there are some different aspects to that you guys want to be just aware of, right? And of course, it's going to help with energy and adrenal support. So the adrenal support aspect of this is a huge, huge deal, because so many of us that have been dealing with high levels of stress, our adrenals are shot. So many of us that have thyroid disease or autoimmune diseases, our adrenals are shot or very prone to being shot. So normally we're not able to take this type of a product without health issues. And actually, generally speaking, if you have that adrenal issue and those types of health issues, and you take a thermogenic product or one loaded down with caffeine and that type of thing, it actually ends up having the opposite effect. But this is full of adaptogens and adrenal support products. So it's just a really unique product that can help specifically that sect of the population that is dealing with adrenal issues. So with that, I will pass it over to Amy now.
All right. Hey guys. So I have a couple of slides, but Sarah, you're just going to do those for me, I think, right? All right. So I am loving MetaBurn. I ordered 4 bottles to bring it with me in the RV. Guys, it's incredible. And one thing I want to encourage all of you to do is your own research. This training's great. Go back and watch it again. Read the articles we've shared on the team pages. Watch the videos. I mean, we have a great one about thyroid and adrenals. Learn about the ingredients and what they do, not only for yourself, but also, you know, when you have someone who comes to you and says they just can't do green tea because of all the caffeine, you'll be able to tell them that it's less than a cup of coffee, just like we do with Slim. So I just want to encourage all of you guys to really do your own research. This is an incredible product. Many of you guys know my story that I also suffer from thyroid disease. And while I've never been officially diagnosed, I'm 100% certain I also have adrenal fatigue. In fact, many of you, if you've ever been under immense stress, you've also suffered from adrenal fatigue. And when that happens, we reach for the caffeine, but caffeine is bad for thyroid and adrenals. So I've never been able to take Boost. I've never taken Accelerator, and I wasn't a huge fan of Edge. I had to be really specific when I took it. And if I took it at a different time than that specific interval, then I felt kind of funky. MetaBurn, I'm happy to report, I've been taking it since I was able to get my hands on it. I absolutely love it. So we're going to talk about how to take it, what to expect, and also who should and shouldn't take this product. So the first thing I'm going to tell you guys, though, is give this time, okay? There's 60 capsules in there. That's going to be at least a month's worth, maybe a little bit longer. But I want all of you guys and all of your customers and ambassadors to give it the full 60 days. Do not take 1 or 2 MetaBurn and tell me you don't like it, okay? This is a product that everyone's different, and it's going to take some time maybe to find how you like to take it best, all right? The testers were all on it for 60 days, and all of them have varied regimens on timing and number. So you want to wait and be patient to find what works for you, okay? So what I'm recommending, what Sarah's recommending, we want everyone to start with 1. And I'm telling people to start with 1 in the morning. I'm also telling people to start with one after they've either eaten a little bit or they've had a lean protein shake. Now, I am taking it on an empty stomach, but I started taking it after I had a little bit of food, after I realized I was going to be okay. Then I started taking it right in the morning on an empty stomach. But what I want you guys to do is take it just one and wait a few days, okay? Don't take it for that first morning and decide you don't like it. One morning, 2 mornings, that's really not enough time for us to assess if it is a good time for you. So start with just one. Take it in the morning. And then what I want you to do after a couple of days, I want you to go up to 2. And I want you to take that one in the afternoon, all right? Then I want you to do that for a few days. Then I actually want you to take 2 in the morning and see if you like that better than morning and afternoon. All right. And I want you, like I said, to be patient. Guys, the testers were kind of all over the board with what worked for them. Some people like 2 in the morning right away. Some people prefer 8 a.m. and then 2 p.m. And then a lot of people like 11 a.m. and 4 p.m. So everyone's different. There even were a couple of testers who actually prefer to just be on 1. Now, the majority of people like 2. I even know a couple of people that are taking a couple more than 2, but they're kind of anomalies. But I tell you that because, again, everyone is different. So give it time. Do it for a few days before you add that second one or before you switch that regimen, okay? So what I'm doing right now, I take my Bio Cleanse, my Original X Factor, and my MetaBurn. And then I actually have a cup of coffee, and then I wait a little bit later to have my Slim. So be patient, give it time to work. There is some correlation between cortisol levels. So let's talk a little bit about what you might feel and what you might not feel. You might feel right away energy, increased mood, focus, appetite control. I actually had to force myself to have lean shakes because I just wasn't hungry, okay? Now, we don't want to go spreading and telling everyone, oh my goodness, it's so great, I didn't eat all day, because that's not healthy, that's not realistic. But that is something you might notice is you'll forget to eat. I know I did, I think Sarah did. You may actually be more thirsty, and you may be needing more water. You also, guys, might feel nothing at all for the first couple days. That's okay. There were a few testers that really didn't notice a whole lot until like their 3rd week. But I will tell you that it is working and it is burning that fat. You're not going to feel that, okay? So again, give it time. If you don't have big bursts of energy in the first couple of weeks, that's okay. We're still going to make some adjustments, but give it time, okay? Now, some people have reported some loose stool. That's a good thing. It's temporary. It's your body actually getting used to all that fat burning and getting rid of it. So it's not going to last a long time. It's kind of like the MetaBurn detox. So if you hear that, totally normal. Now I want to talk about a couple other things though that may happen and what to do about it. Okay. So some people, you might take it and you might notice maybe you're tired. This happened to me on my 2nd day. I took it at a different time and I actually took a nap, which is not normal. And what that means is you have to change the timing of when you take it. All right. There is some correlation, and we have that great video Sarah mentioned about cortisol levels and your thyroid function and your adrenals. There is some correlation because cortisol is that the hormone that is the get up and go. It's highest in the morning to get you up out of bed. That increases that serotonin. For some people, when that's increased, and you add the caffeine in the morning of your morning coffee, and then you add MetaBurn, it might have that opposite effect. It doesn't mean it doesn't work for you. It just means we need to change your timing. You're probably somebody that's going to like it a little bit later in the morning, maybe around 11, to play with those cortisol levels, okay? Now, a lot of people have asked me, can somebody on an antidepressant take it? What about an SSRI? What about this medication, that medication? And like Sarah said, guys, we are not pharmacists. We are not doctors. We always, always, always want to tell them, check with their pharmacist, check with their doctor first and foremost. But then we can share with them what some other people do on those medications. So if they're on an anxiety or an antidepressant, if it's an SSRI, which means it increases the serotonin, or if it's an MAOI, which means it increases the serotonin, they do need to be aware that this has serotonin, just like Accelerator did. Now, because it's a part of that blend, we don't know how much. I'm assuming it's less because it's the very last ingredient. So I'm telling them to check with their pharmacist or their doctor, but I'm also, because some people, right, are just going to make their own decision, and I want to educate them as best I can, I'm sharing with them the symptoms of serotonin syndrome, just so they know to be aware of. And actually the chances of getting that are greater when they're on their SSRI anyway, so they should already know about it. It's also not for people who are still taking Accelerator or Boost. That's not one we want to couple it with. They can take it with Edge, though. Several people, Sarah mentioned the pre-workout. A couple of the testers really liked MetaBurn and Edge as their pre-workout. But also, guys, I was kind of hoping that our pregnant and nursing friends could take MetaBurn, but it's really not recommended because of the 5-HTP. The way that is metabolized through the milk, it can actually go to the baby for breastfeeding, and babies are just really sensitive in utero for certain types of things like the 5-HTP. I have had a couple people say, though, that they're going to talk to their doctor if they're already on or their doctor's recommending prescription SSRIs such as Prozac while they're pregnant or nursing. And that's a discussion they need to have with their doctor if they want to do something holistic versus a prescription. That's not for us to make that call, okay? Now,
I wanted to add just one more thing too.
Yeah.
In regard to the serotonin syndrome, it's actually very, very rare, and it would actually take very, very, very high levels of serotonin above what your body needs, taken on over the course of a long time. And so it wouldn't be something likely that would be triggered by this product, but it is something to be aware of because you don't know the levels that they are already on, okay? So I just wanted to add in that little aspect too. Sorry.
And it really, no, that I'm glad you said that because it is super rare. It's not something I even ever talked about, even with Accelerator. And there are some people who are deciding to go ahead and take MetaBurn because they want to see how they do on it. And they're working with their doctor. So I'm glad you pointed that out. The other thing too is if we have somebody who starts taking MetaBurn and they maybe notice they're feeling anxious or they feel some anxiety coming on, we also need to adjust their timing. It probably correlates to that cortisol. They also probably not need to take it when or around their morning coffee because we know what caffeine does to cortisol levels and anxiety. So if that happens, just be aware and, you know, talk to us, talk to your sponsor, talk to your upline, and we can get those kind of timings figured out. Now, the testers, guys, I did a quick slide. I just want to make sure you go and read their stories. I know they're on Team Taylor. I know they're on my team page. You could probably even just search MetaBurn on Facebook or MetaBurn product tester. You guys need to read their stories and be really familiar with a lot of these because this is how you learn how people take it, how they adjusted their dosage. You know, I'm sharing these things that were common adjustments, but it's really, really good to know from the testers. They all gave it 60 days. They all were minimally on slim, and we're going to talk about that here in a minute on how to kind of share MetaBurn. Guys, they all had incredible results, but none of it was overnight because we don't want to be selling this overnight miracle diet pill. And a lot of their successes and results are beyond their waistline. Now, a lot of them look great. They have before and afters. The one I'm looking at on the screen is Lynn Allen and Emily Fennell and Rachel Nagel. They all have great pictures right there that you can share. But I just want you guys to know that their success stories are beyond just the waistline. And among our testers, we have people that had a caffeine sensitivity. So one of them absolutely cannot have any caffeine. There are others who can't do caffeine for multiple reasons, and they were fine on MetaBurn. That is a big deal. There were testers that had heart issues, blood pressure issues, thyroid disease, adrenal fatigue, and they all are fine. This is a really, really great product that the majority of people are going to be able to take. Even those people who tell you they're sensitive to caffeine, they're on blood pressure medication. So if you're familiar with the testers' stories, you're just going to be able to share better and help support your friends and your team and your customers and your clients. And I don't want people to be afraid of this because it's called MetaBurn, or because maybe they don't have any weight to lose, because the benefits of this, like I say, go beyond that waistline. Okay. So let's talk about now how to share MetaBurn. The first thing, guys, is it is not a standalone product. We really want to encourage people to use MetaBurn as part of a wellness bundle, a wellness system, a weight loss system, okay? Now, having said that, many people are going to order just MetaBurn, and I'm going to talk about what I'm doing with those people. But again, all of the testers were minimally on Slim. Most of them were on the full triplex, many of them also adding lean into that. So we don't want to sell MetaBurn. We don't want to oversell it as this miracle diet pill. It's an incredible product. I think it might actually be my favorite one of all the Plexus products. But again, we don't want to oversell it, okay? So really encourage people to use it as part of a system, even if they're just adding it to Slim and Lean. What I'm doing is, if I do have those people, and I have had them, that ordered just MetaBurn, because some people are coming out of the woodwork, I am sending them the email that's in the team page that highlights how to take it, what to expect, but I'm also sharing with them a couple of the testers before and afters and what the testers were on, and just kind of putting that bug in their ear that this is a great product, but it really needs to be part of a health system, just so they're aware. Because what I don't want them to do is to take MetaBurn and then tell me they didn't, get rid of their IBS because, hello, they weren't on the full triplex. Because really, MetaBurn, just like X Factor, is going to work better when your gut is healthy. Okay, now it's perfect though, guys, for the Slim Down. We've got the new Slim Down combo. We also have this welcome pack, which, oh my goodness, if I could go back in time and have every ambassador on my team, they would be buying that welcome pack. It's the triplex, it's MetaBurn, it's lean, and it's block. I mean, and it's such a cheap deal. Like, it is so crazy cheap. They're basically getting a free product. That right there, guys, that weight loss essential welcome pack is like the 2019 everyone's New Year's resolution is in that pack. And I think, I might be wrong, but I could see MetaBurn even coming in other combos, as we get further into the year. But again, those who only order MetaBurn, you really want to support them. I don't want to scare them away and tell them they're not going to get results, but I just want them to have realistic expectations. Okay. So be familiar, guys, with this product, be familiar with their stories, how to market it, how to talk about it. And really, guys, I want to encourage you on our team pages. We have tons of articles. Like Sarah talked about, all that research. We have the links to those articles that we've already posted. And if you just keyword search, because I know a lot of people might be like, well, when was that? It was over Christmas. Just keyword search in Team Taylor on your, on my team page if you're in mine. Keyword search MetaBurn article, MetaBurn research. They're all going to come up. You can even narrow it down and keyword search MetaBurn and then just look for anything Sarah Taylor's posted. You can make it specific to her. And then also some great videos. I mentioned the thyroid one and the adrenal gland one. There's also a great one on mental health and MetaBurn, from some really educated people. So I want to encourage you guys to do that. I know we're on a little bit of a delay because we're live, so I want to see if anybody has any questions, or if Sarah, you have anything you add before you close it out.
Sorry, I needed to get off mute. No, I think that was great. And I'm just so excited about the health implications. I mean, just from the visceral fat standpoint, if somebody doesn't have a ton of weight to lose, they're not going to lose weight on this product, but they could really drastically improve the white fat inside. And so you might not be able to see that, and it is likely there. So I think it's just a really cool product that supports all facets of weight loss. I don't know if you can see the comments, Amy, if there's any questions.
I can see them. The question slide just came up on the live, so let's wait just maybe. Okay, so one person asked, can you open the capsules to take them?
You know, I'm not sure. I think that's a good question. I'm not 100% sure on that.
I'm not either. We can find out. I've not heard if it's a time release like Vital Biome. I've not heard that, and I've not heard if it's gross if you open it.
There's that aspect too.
But we can find out on that.
I'll find out.
So somebody asked, can you take it with prenatal vitamins? We don't recommend this if you're pregnant or nursing, so if you're taking prenatals for that reason. If you're just taking prenatals to be healthy, I don't know why not. I would also encourage that person to look at X Factor because it's fantastic. I replace my prenatal with it, and I take it with my vitamin.
Yep, me too.
Still got more coming in. Oh, Stacy said don't open them. They must be gross, huh? They must really stink or something. Okay, and I do know, so on that topic, really quickly while we're waiting, if anybody cannot swallow pills, we actually have a trick that we learned from a pharmacist and a doctor on how to do that. Can you take with thyroid meds in the morning? No. You want to separate this from your thyroid meds. So definitely do that. Do whatever's on your bottle. So what you may want to do, some people are waking up, as soon as they open their eyes, they take their thyroid medication, and then they either go back to sleep or get up and start getting ready. And then however long you need to wait on your thyroid medication, then you can take your MetaBurn, your X Factor, your Slim, all of that. Okay. Somebody said their husband took it in applesauce and his mouth started burning.
So that's a no-go on the opening it.
That's a no-go, right. Okay. Somebody else said they don't have any weight to lose, but they have already noticed a huge difference in their mood and their energy. But that's great.
I'll tell you what, guys, like my productivity was the first thing I noticed. I'm not somebody that enjoys cleaning or organizing or anything along those lines, and that was the number one first thing. And I was like excited to go clean my oven, which I don't think I've ever cleaned my oven before.
Yeah, I love it. I have a couple people ask, will it keep you up at night? And I think that everyone is different, and it depends on your timing. I've taken it as late as 4, and it's not kept me up. Now, if it keeps you up maybe like the very first day or the second day you take it, I would say that's an anomaly. Like I said, keep taking it at that same time for a couple more days so we can really see if that's actually what's going to happen before you make any decisions on timing. But I've not heard of people taking it in the afternoon, them staying up.
And I wouldn't take it when you're first starting out if you're sensitive to caffeine past 2 o'clock. It actually helps to support sleeping patterns, but it does have caffeine in it too. So it's a fine line, but it's going to actually help you sleep at night if you take it early enough in the day, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Okay. I don't see any questions coming through, but if you guys do, just go ahead and put them on the video and we can answer them afterwards.
Awesome.
Oh, sorry, just saw one. Can you take it at the same time as Vital Biome? Yeah, you can.
All right, guys. Well, happy Monday. I don't know if you guys saw the calendar for the rest of the month, but we have some great calls coming up on Mondays and also on Wednesdays during the day on Team Taylor. I will be hosting some Back to the Basics style calls. You guys, we have a huge event that is posted in Team Taylor. So this is a huge marketing piece of it too. 14-day fat burn challenge, okay? Get promoting this. This is great for you guys to get in and to start learning about MetaBurn and everything like that, but it's also a great tool for new customers and new ambassadors. The link is in Team Taylor and I believe also on Amy's team page as well. And all your people need is a MetaBurn, a bottle of MetaBurn, I can talk, bottle of MetaBurn and Slim, either one. That's the baseline, okay? So they could do triplex and MetaBurn, they could do slim and lean and MetaBurn, or whatever that looks like for them. But they have to have a current order so that they have enough product to take it during the 14-day extravaganza. You guys, this is a game changer of a product, especially this time of year. This is what everybody's after, and everybody wants to look good and feel good and take control of their health, but in a healthy manner, and that's exactly what this is doing, okay? It's not a dangerous diet pill or anything like that. This is achieving weight loss the healthy way, but also supporting so many other aspects of our health and mental health. So just keep that in mind. Look for that on the team page, and you guys get yourselves to Super Saturday. You have a couple more days to register. Make sure you're registered for the live stream because there's lots of incentives coming out for that. And make sure if you are close to an event, get your booty to the actual event because you will not regret it. There's a lot of great stuff coming out that you guys are going to really, really love for this new year. Lots of things are changing, and you're going to want to be the first to hear about it. So, all right. Did you have anything else to add, Amy?
Nope, that's it.
Awesome. All right, you guys, hopefully everybody had a Merry Christmas, and I'm wishing you guys a happy 2019 on this first Monday masterclass. All right, see you guys soon. Good night.
Bye, guys.